In this video, traders, I want to talk about the power of momentum. Stay tuned. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so what is the power of momentum and how can we use it in trading? So for all, I'll say many of us, I hope all of us have this kind of scenario in mind. We are here, wherever we are, or that is in our trading right now, and we want to get to here, whatever that point may be. Now, if it's the start of your journey, that might be profitability. If you are profitable but maybe not putting up the numbers you like, that might be your first 6 figures, might be your first 7 figures if you've been doing it a while and you kind of got some traction. Hey, maybe you're kind of going, hey, I've done a 7-figure year, I want an 8-figure. Whatever it is, almost numbers are irrelevant, but you're trying to get from here to here. And as traders, especially, I think this is more for traders in their early stages of the career, and I fall into this trap in the early stages of my career. We say, hey, I want to get from here to here. How do I get there? And we focus so much on the work that is done in the last 10%. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's say you're trying to make your first 6 figures. Okay, just picking it doesn't matter really about there was a financial goal or whatever, but let's just use that as an easy thing to kind of run through our minds as an example. You might be going, okay, right, I want to get to, I want to make 100 grand, I want to make 100 grand, I want to make 100 grand, okay, how do I do it? Well, I need to, and you start thinking about the problem from here and saying, well, I need to size up on my best plays, I need to try to add another strategy to my kind of arsenal, I need to hold trades a little bit longer, I need to learn how to pyramid in, I need to do, and you start to think of all the things that are, yes, they're valuable when you're at that point to tip you over the line. If you've been making consistently a couple of $100 a week, or I've got $1,000 a week, and you're like, okay, I just need to push it. That's when you start exploring more size, pyramiding on your best trades, holding trades a little bit longer, maybe diversifying a bit if that's there's ways to look at things. But when we're here, working on this sort of stuff just ends up demoralizing us, because the stuff that we've not got over yet, all these little hurdles that are here and here and here and here and here and here, infinite number on the way there, have not been dealt with. And so we get frustrated because we're trying to do this thing and hold trades longer. We're trying to set our skies up and do this, and it's just premature. And we get frustrated because we're trying to push a really big boulder and get it moving, and it's just a tricky thing to do, because that's a big boulder, especially when we're sitting there looking up at it from this point here. It's a massive boulder to move. Whereas in reality, when we go, okay, listen, I've got a lot of things to get to, let me just start off with one thing, one small increment, and focus on it from a perspective of, I want to get momentum. I want to use momentum to get me to this point. I'm not going to work on any of this stuff yet. I'm not going to think of anything yet. I'm going to get momentum. I'm going to get momentum to build my confidence. I'm going to get momentum to deal with any challenges that have been lingering and I need to sort out, like your discipline, like your rule breaking, like taking substandard trades, like all those stuff that we talk about many times, guys, on the channel. And you guys comment on, you share your feelings and thoughts about that as well. Deal with those things. So just start to build momentum. If you approach it from a perspective of, hey, I'm not trying to get here, I'm trying to build momentum. Because what will happen is you'll build the momentum, you'll get +1, +1, +1, +1. All of a sudden, you've built the momentum, the flywheel's turning, you're shifting, things are working, and use that to carry yourself forward to the ultimate goal. Then you start doing those harder challenges and the scaling up and this type of stuff. So when you reframe yourself and look and say, right, I want to just build momentum, you say, okay, how can I build momentum this week? Well, I can build momentum this week by sticking to this rule, or I can build momentum this week by only trading this, or I can build momentum this week by journaling this process heavily, or I can build momentum this week by researching the specific strategy that I want to deploy, the setup, or I can go on, and then you add to that the next week. And you add to that the next week, and you add to that the next week, and in a very short period of time, 1 month, you could have built 4 weeks worth of momentum. You built week 1, week 2 added to that, week 3, week 4, different things. You've built that consistency and momentum, and that has increased your confidence like this. Your confidence starts to just really pick up, because you go, hey, look how much progress I've made, and you're not looking at that constantly going, oh, I can't move that big boulder. I can't move that big boulder. I've not hit my 6 figures. Oh, I'm way ahead. There's no way I'm going to get that. And you're constantly getting bashed, confidence, smash, 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 smash. You've reframed it and gone, I see you, I'm coming for you, but I'm going to build some momentum first. And you're looking at this little tiny thing, and like a snowball, you're building it, saying, hey, I journal for a week. Great momentum. Okay, I'm going to journal in for next week, but I'm also now going to do a video review of my trades. I'm going to film some of them. I'm going to screen record some of my trades and review them. Okay, that's more momentum. Okay, I've been journaling for 2 weeks now, and I've been recording my trades. I'm going to journal again and record my trades, and I got this pre-market routine that I want to run, and you kind of run that, and then you run that, and you run that, and you get the point. So you start to build that momentum, and you're going to find places where you kind of pause a bit, and you have to go, right, dig in, stick to it. And then you move forward again, and you add something else. And what you're doing is you're constantly stacking these little things, boom, little skills. All of these are adding up. Before you know it, there's a couple of months in, you are way further than you were before. And you're thinking, wow, why have I done that? It's because you've added one little thing, 1 week, and you've gained momentum, and you've gained confidence, and you've just gained that, just the ability to smash through problems. And it just changes your perspective as well when you approach it from, what's my job this week? My job is to sustain momentum. And it's not P&L. We're not focused on P&L. That's something to do later on. Because when we focus on that big boulder, which is P&L from many, again, if you're already kind of doing okay and you've got maybe 6 and looking for 7 figures, it's a different perspective on things. But for many traders, it's getting to that first, whatever number that may be, that first milestone. And so get rid of the P&L. I know we talk about it all the time, but focusing on what can move me forward this week. What's going to improve my trading this week? And not only what's going to improve my trading, but what's going to make me a better trader in 5 years' time? What's going to help me improve me in 5 years' time? It's not making a couple of good trades that makes you a couple of grand. That's all very well and good, but that's not going to move you forward. If that's not sustainable setup or strategy or methodology, it's useless. It's just quick money that will go as soon as it comes. And so think about creating that momentum. Think about building the momentum bit by bit, small piece by small piece, because if you're the trader that's prepared to do that over the medium to long term, you are the trader that's going to develop the skill that is there for life. However you decide to deploy it, whether you decide to trade actively, very aggressively, and do as much as you can, 5-10 year span, then back off, or you're going to say, hey, it's something I'm going to do part-time, whatever it may be, however that fits into your life and workflow. The point is, as you build that little brick, not only is it more resilient to any impact that comes in from life or from the markets or from trading conditions or whatever it is, but it's something that's there. You've got that now, and then you add again, and maybe you have to back off for a bit and then add again. But when you're constantly shooting for that big goal, that's nothing wrong. Nothing to say you don't think you should have that there, but absolutely you should have it there. But when you're focusing on it, when you're here and it's right over there, it's like, oh man, I've not got there yet. Because you're trying to sprint to that thing versus building. So think about that. Think about creating momentum. Think about what you can do today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this quarter. That's just going to move you forward. Because what you really want to do is you really want to get to the end of the month, end of the quarter, look back and go, all right, I'm in a much better place than I was. You don't want to be. I'm in the same place. I'm in the same situation. My P&L's the same place, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay that your P&L's in the same place or worse. But if you've been working on yourself as a trader and you look back and go, hey, I've well improved that. I've improved this. I'm much more structured in that. Yes, it's not translated to P&L just yet, but it's time, because I'm just putting the pressure in the right places that eventually are going to show up in the P&L. And then when I get close to that goal, then I can start looking at the things that are going to move the needle there. I can work on that. And that only be because you've created that big structure. And the next thing to obviously add will be, hey, let me try and scale a little bit more aggressively on those best plays. Let me try to pyramid into the best deals. Let me try to wait and hold for a little bit longer on the right trades and see if I can make an occasional 10-hour trade, whatever it may be. Anyway, guys, think about that, reframe it, create a momentum, change the lens. I hope that helps. Take care. Bye-bye.